Have you ever been to a networking event and you were talking to this perfect prospect for them to only not remember you or not want to do business with you later? What's up, guys? I'm Philip Sessions, your public speaking and communication coach. And I want to talk to you today about how to be better at networking events. Oftentimes, what happens at networking events, first of all, you're meeting tons of people. So it's hard to remember who is who. And I don't want to go into today how to differentiate yourself from those that everybody else's networking event and who are at that networking event. I want to talk when you are talking to that perfect prospect there at that networking event and why it is that they don't want to work with you. And it's not because they don't need your product or service. This is the perfect prospect for you. They need your product or service. But the thing is, they don't understand. They're confused. Why are they confused though? It's because you went around this huge circle and you talk about all of these different things and you try to give your whole background and history on your company and why you got to where you got. And then you finally talk about your product or service. They're confused. They're lost. They don't understand. And they're just ready to get on because you are talking and talking and talking about your business. So what you need to do is be very clear and concise. Hopefully you can figure out a little bit from them talking first if you can. And I would be strategic with that. Try to get them to talk first about who they are, what their business is, so you can get some information. And then you can come in and you can talk about one specific product or service that you have. Let's say that you do kitchen remodels and you do it from the ground up, all the way from the ceiling down to the ground. So you do the electrical, you can change out appliances, countertops, cabinets, floors, you name it, you do it all. And this prospect is coming in and they're talking about, I've got this. They're just talking about life. You just want to talk about life a little bit, or maybe let's be a little bit more realistic here. They do wholesaling. They fix and flip houses. So you're coming in, you're talking with them, and they're just like, they're talking about all these things. And they happen to say, I really struggle with getting a floor guy. That's the biggest struggle I have within my business with my fix and flips is getting a good floor guy for kitchen floors. Maybe they don't actually specifically say kitchen floors, but they just talk about having a floor guy. That right there is your key. That's what you need to talk about. So when they say, but hey, I know I'm going off tangent. I'm talking about me a little bit too much. What about you? Tell me about what you do. Well, hey, Mr. So-and-so, maybe not use Mr., but hey, so-and-so, I own kitchen remodeling company ABC, and we specialize actually in floors. We do everything from floor to ceiling in kitchens, but one of the things that we do is the floors, and we know exactly what it takes, what kind of flooring that you need, and you can go on about this. I don't know these details, but talk about the floors only. You may mention everything else just to throw it in there. You may not. It depends on the situation. If they're very specific about that, then just talk about the floors. But if they're just talking about how they do fix and flips, talk about, like I said right there, you do floor to ceiling in kitchens. But what we really specialize in is cabinets or whatever makes you the most money. Let's just say that. Whatever is your best selling product, just say that. So we specialize in cabinets, but we can do it all from floor to ceiling in a kitchen. And that way they know a little bit about everything you do, but then they can hone in on that cabinets. Okay, cool. They do cabinets. And there's a little thing that you have to realize mentally that while some people may miss out, you may miss out on those people because you didn't tell them about the cabinets or like you're doing cabinets. You didn't tell them about the countertops that you're doing, but you told them about the cabinets. And now they're thinking, okay, well, I need to go to somebody else for countertops. Even though you did mention you do floor to ceiling, they still don't know because all you talked about was cabinets. But then you'll have other people that will want to go to you because they know you do the cabinets, and you're going to get more business because they you are very specific about the one thing that you do and really talk about that mainly versus everything else. Because if you start talking about how the floors that you do, the cabinets that you do, the countertops you do, all the appliance installation, the electrical, they're going to get confused. And okay, cool. So you kind of do everything, but you're a jack of all trades. So you're not a specialist. But the other cool side to this too, if you focus on one thing, is they'll say, okay, so you do cabinets. Do you happen to do countertops too? And that's where the real money is made, because now not only are they bought in on you that you do cabinets, they want to know, hey, and they're in their mind, they're like, okay, look, I do these fix and flips. This might be a good solution for me. This guy can do cabinets. Can he do countertops too? Let me ask him. And they make this connection for themselves. Hey, do you do countertops as well? Hey, in fact, we do countertops also. So, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is what I've been looking for. And this is why you want to focus on one product or service. So try and figure out what that product or service may be best for them. And some of this is kind of doing prejudgment, if you will, or based on that conversation and what they're talking about with their business, you figure out and try and tie in what product or service may work best for them and just talk about that. Because if they're confused, they're not going to remember you. But if you can figure out a product or service that will complement what they do in their business, they're going to remember you, and they'll most likely do business with you from there. And they'll also probably be making some of the connections themselves because, hey, I do fix and flips. This guy here does cabinets. I wonder if he does countertops. They'll ask that question, or when they talk to you later, they'll mention that as well. And you can tell them, hey, yeah, we do this and we do this and this and this, just to let them know and everything. And the light bulb goes off and more connections are there. But if you don't connect on that very first thing, you're going to confuse them. You're not going to connect. And therefore, your networking is not going to go as well as you want to. So if you want to be better at networking, make sure that you are communicating clearly and concisely. Stick with one product or service and talk about that and make sure it is connected with what they do in their business. If they don't, then give the product or service that you want to do most. Maybe you like cabinets most. Maybe it's the easiest for you. Maybe it makes you the most money, and stick with that one product or service and let people know that's what you do, and they can connect you with people from there. But if you have 10 different products or services, they're not going to remember you. So stick with one thing. And if you need help with networking, if you need help with your communication skills to be able to help you get better at those networking events, I'd love to help you. Leave me a comment below or reach out to me in a DM. I'd be happy to help you there.